I'm going to talk today about a three-part series. In that three-part series, I think that there's some things that we can really get accomplished. The first one's going to be on police. The second one is going to be on how to fix the police. And the third one is going to be on the rioters themselves. Why am I starting out with the police? Because there's more responsibility on the police. The rioters didn't say an oath, although, I guess when we came into existence, maybe there's oaths that we did say, but the police say an oath that they're going to serve and they're going to protect. The law enforcement oath of honor. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution, the community, and the agency I serve, so help me God. And this is signed by Matthew R. Winkler, officer, November 14th, 2016. That oath is very, very important. And when I say it's very, very important, it's because it's something that's said as an oath. However you believe in God, I believe He's the Creator. I believe He did everything for us and provided a way to get there. But that's what I believe. But however you believe, it's very important when you say an oath. Doctors say an oath. Nurses say an oath. There's a lot of other professions that say oaths. The United States military says an oath. The code of conduct in the United States military is amazing. I am so impressed with it. Even when the press kind of gets after it and starts talking about it, they don't have too many holes really to shoot in it. What I'd like to do today is I'd like to form a bridge. Yes, literally and figuratively. And I'd like to have that bridge that's going to cross over the police to serving its citizens and the citizens serving back the police. Wouldn't that be so amazing, where we'd have a country that would be just serving each other from that standpoint, looking out for each other? Like it says in the Word, judgment begins with the people that are trying to do the right thing. In other words, the people that are enforcing the law. Therefore, the judgment starts with the police. That's why I'm going to start talking about the police first. I want to start talking about some different stories, and I want all of you to please leave comments on things that have happened to you when I'm talking about the police that could spur some situations, whether good, because there are good ones, whether bad, there are bad ones. Or something that you just want to give a shout out to somebody that is a police officer that did do something right, or again, if they didn't do something right. And then as we move forward, suggestions that you could see with the police department, and getting rid of the police is not one of them. Please, that's a ridiculous comment. That is absolutely ridiculous. Somebody's going to be the police, whether it's the mugs on the street or the police. And I'd rather have the police than with the mugs on the street. Yes, there's whatever, but there's got to be some refinement there. But getting rid of the police, that's that'd be like getting rid of your military. Then any country can just come in and do whatever they want to do. Come on, you don't have to have a brain in your head. Even the squirrels out here realize there's squirrel police. And they take it seriously because they don't want somebody stealing their things that they've hidden for the winter time. So first couple of stories I'm going to talk about are positive stories. One is with the military police, which I think all police officers should be more like the United States military police, because they're very professional, they're very cut and dry, and they're very personable. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What could I do? They don't talk down to you. There's just a lot of amazing things that military police training does, where I don't know why it changes out here, honestly. That is a question I'm straight up asking of the police department on that. Why it changes, why there's disrespect to the citizens and things like that. I've encountered that disrespect myself. Other people have encountered that disrespect. Why? It doesn't make sense. You know, if the military police can do it, the police here that are not being shot at a regular basis, like in the military, should be able to do that. It's a good, fair question, isn't it? So here's a story. Just like I want you to leave a story or a comment or something about good or bad about police, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to show you how to, a basic way to do it. So I have a great story again about military police, and I've always had a good vibe with the U.S. military. Anytime I visited a base, anytime I've been around military personnel, never had a bad, unkind situation. It's always been amazing. You know, it's just been incredible. I've been to weddings where there's a military wedding or a guy getting married and he's in the military, things like that. I mean, it's just been great. So here's what happened. I go to see my former brother-in-law, Dave, and he's in Hawaii. And we're going to get on this military base called the Schofield Army Base in Hawaii. And so, and he's going to get tickets for us for Third Eye Blind from his sister or his brother-in-law or something. And all of a sudden, all these things started, you know, just snowballing and just evaporating. I was like, Dave, we got to go. I'm going to go see Third Eye Blind. You told me we're going to see that. You promised. Well, what do you want me to do, man? I can't get the tickets. I said, you know what? I've got a car. And I'm going to go onto that. You can't get onto a military base. I said, I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to drive over. I'm going to talk to them. They're going to throw me in jail for just at least trying to get on the base, you know, something like that. So that's what I did. I got in my car, and I just and then I gave him 3 minutes to get in the car. And so he did come out and get in the car finally, and we had a silent drive there. I was very determined. I said, I'm going to get in a free concert. Probably free beer, too. Or whatever. Anyway, so I pull up, and there's a corporal there, Army corporal, and I simply said, hello, sir, my name's Eric Baer, and I'd like to get on the base tonight to see the concert. And I said, my father fought in Korea. My grandfather fought in the European campaign in World War II. My stepdad fought in the Pacific campaign in World War II. My uncle was in Korea as well. I went to a military school, and I'm very pro-America, and I'd just like you to let me onto that base and me and my friend to go see the Third Eye Blind. And I'm making this illustration. He's kind of like this, looking off in the distance, just kind of shakes his head for a second. He says, whatever, man. He says, go over there to the second post. If he lets you in, then you're golden. I said, thanks, sir. So then I, as we rolled up the windows, I said, Dave, don't say a word. I said, that's ABC, always be closing. All we need to get is the ink on the paper right now. So, former salesman, always a salesman. Anyway, so I said, give me your driver's license. So I just smiled really nice to this young lady, private, and said, hello, ma'am, and gave her the license. She smiled real nice back at me, and then she walked over to the staff sergeant over there, and the staff sergeant just kind of went like this. He was doing some paperwork, and he went. And then I said, I think we got it, Dave. And then she walked back, and she said, yeah, sir, enjoy yourself. And so we got on about 100 feet past that. I said, dog, I said we were getting on here. And we did. So it was an amazing, amazing night. Saw Third Eye Blind, saw the Army, the Army band playing, and then there was a billion fireworks. It was 4th of July. And it was just incredible. It was just it's a night to never, never, never forget, and just made me so proud to be an American and to experience that. Getting back to the military police, somebody had a little too much to drink that night. And again, I'm telling on myself, and doggone it, you've done it too. Or something like that. Don't be so holy. Anyway, so I had a little too much to drink. We're coming across this really dark field. I'm just walking across. I'm trying to find Dave. I lost Dave. There's a billion people out there and everything else. And so they had the coldest Budweiser there, by the way. I don't even know how they got it that cold. It was a miracle. Anyway, so Uh, and I'm just walking through this field, and field's uneven, so there's this big chunk of something, I don't know, I couldn't see, it was super dark, they shut all the lights off, and I was just trying to get out, and there's like 6 military police walking in front of me, and I'm just kind of following them, and then being Eric Baird, I stumbled over this big clod of whatever it was in the middle of this field. And this dude he's huge. He's like, his shoulders are like this much bigger than mine. And he's like this. And I just plowed right in the back of him. And then I just kind of pushed off a little bit, just trying to make sure I didn't hit the ground, and didn't push very hard. But I just, trying to, and he's like, sir, are you okay? I said, yes, sir. I stumbled back here. He says, well, you have a safe night. I said, thank you very much. And I went on my way. If that would have happened for local police, I would have been charged with assault. I would have been charged with public intoxication and whatever else they wanted to throw at me, possibly. Even if I had a nice demeanor. Or what would happen if I was somebody else? Anyway, point well taken. You understand. Thank you, U.S. military. And this is where, in my second segment, that I'm going to talk to you about where the police should be going. More like the United States military. Not that they should be a division of the U.S. military, but we'll get into that later. Again, make sure that you're thinking about comments that you can leave.